Most guys' problem in the bedroom is that they finish too fast. My problem is that I couldn't finish. And that's actually the biggest reason why I quit porn after watching since I was 8 years old. By the end of this video, you will learn how porn led me to this long-lasting problem, but also the top 3 reasons that porn is ruining your sex life and how to stop that shit. From the first 50 or so times that I had sex, I thought my dick didn't work because I couldn't bust nuts. Of course, I knew it worked because I was busting nuts since I was 8 years old. But I was like, oh my god, am I just getting with girls that have been with 1,000 dudes that they're so loose? Like that's, whoa, what's going on here? Or wow, is it just that my dick really is so small that it's throwing a hot dog down a hallway? And that's when I learned, and it was genuinely embarrassing. I remember the women that I slept with in the beginning, they literally, all of them always said to me, thanks for explaining the problem, but when we first started sleeping together, I thought, I thought maybe I was just ugly or there's something wrong with me, or like, yeah, there is, bitch, your net. Don't put that inside. Jesus Christ. I was like, no, you're hot as hell. I was like, I'm the fucking problem here, my dick doesn't work. And at first I thought it was dope that I couldn't bust because all these other guys had problems not lasting at all. I was like, I can last forever. But eventually that gets old and you start thinking to yourself that this core fundamental thing of being a man, like the reason we're put on this earth, I can't even do it. And that genuinely made me feel embarrassed about my masculinity. And that was until I learned the first reason that porn fucks with your sex life. The death grip. The death grip simply means years of jerking off while watching porn. When we start watching porn, we don't know what the fuck we're doing. And we're watching the pretty mild content, some POV stuff. But as the years go on, we start watching more and more fucked shit. And with that comes a need for a larger and larger amount of stimulus. And the only way to do that, and the way that we do it, we grip our shit tighter and tighter and tighter. To a point that if we're jerking off with a loose hand, it doesn't even feel like 10% as good. These hands have deadlifted over 640 pounds. And now they're on my tiny dick with that same grip strength. That's what I'm used to. So when I go out and I try to sleep with women, it doesn't matter how tight the girl is. She can be a fucking virgin, especially after she gets aroused and it gets easier port of entry. Nothing's gonna feel like the fucking 600-pound death grip. The solution to this, I'm not gonna be the guy here to tell you, oh, just immediately quit porn and stop jerking off. If you wanna learn how to do that, watch any of my other videos about this. That's not this video. Not only is that advice in other videos, but I guarantee if I tell you that, you're probably not gonna do it and you're gonna relapse and just hate yourself more. So quit the porn, but keep jerking off. Wait, oh my god, nobody else has told me that. They told me I have to quit the... At least you're cutting something else, and this whole self-improvement shit is a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's gonna take time. If you quit the porn, but you keep jerking off, and every single week, maybe you write down how many times you jerked it, and the next week you try to cut that in half or take away 25% of that, you're gonna eventually get to a point where you don't even need to jerk off anymore. But not only that, importantly, when you do jerk off, just take a looser grip. So you're already allowing yourself the degeneracy of busting nuts without the porn. You should be so thankful to yourself that you're letting yourself bust these nuts. And I am not the guy to tell you that if you don't bust the nuts, you're an unmasculine piece of shit, you should kill yourself. I'm telling you, you can keep doing it, and eventually you're not, because I trust you, I believe in you. I believe that one day if you just stop the porn and you keep jerking, you're gonna quit it all. Because it worked for me. Just loosen the grip. You should be so thankful that this loosening of the grip, yes, it'll be annoying, but it's like, at least I still get to do it. I'm making jokes right now, but that's literally what got me to actually feel sex. Number 2, porn makes you very complacent. Not only sexually complacent, but complacent in relationship. Before I ever lost my virginity, I was already years deep into watching a shit ton of porn. And it was to the point where I knew inside I had this drive and I had this want to not be a virgin, and I had this want to go out and go attract women and talk to them and have sex. And my friends, being guys, would always make fun of me for being a virgin. I was the last one in my friend group to lose my virginity, and they would make fun of me every single time for this. And it pissed me off. It not only pissed me off, but it made me so embarrassed that I wanted to go talk to more girls. And every single time I got this drive, this excitement to go put my foot down and to go level up my dating life and finally start talking to girls, I look over and there was my open computer with Pornhub already open from yesterday. I'm like, okay, just one jerk. What can be so bad? 2.5 minutes later, I don't even have the urge anymore to go talk to girls. I don't even have the urge to have sex. That post-nut clarity lasts for a long time. And when I eventually did get a girlfriend and start having sex, and trust me, not only from women, but when people lose attraction to you, especially because, let's be honest, guys, most women want you to be the one to initiate, want you to be the dominant one. There's just some bro science and bro stuff. Women want you, even after months of relationship, they want you to not just reignite the spark. They want you to be the one to keep the spark going. Let's say you're 6 months, a year into a relationship, and in the beginning, it was every time you saw each other, you guys would be so hot and sexy, and you just fuck. Now it's like, you guys are a little, you know each other, you know everything about each other, you're a little bored, and you don't even put in the effort to attract her, to retain her attraction. That's exactly what I did. I would be with girls, and even just weeks into the relationship, I would notice that their sexual attraction would drop maybe just for a day, and I'm like, oh damn, I should probably put in some more work, like buy her some flowers, I should take her out, I should, like put on the moves, get her sexually attracted. I'm like, I'm gonna go do it. And the same thing. I would just go home and bust a nut before the date, thinking, oh, if I bust a nut before the date, that means, like, when we do have sex, I'm not gonna bust as quick. I'm like, bro, you fucking dumbass, like, you already can't bust, like, what are you doing? Save that shit, man. I wouldn't even have the libido, the sex drive, the want to have sex with my girlfriend because it was so much easier to open my computer and get my nut in 2 seconds. I wouldn't have to fucking put in any work. I lost that masculine, dominating desire to have sex. And it wasn't just that I was being a fucking giga chad and learning to control it and not giving my body to soulless women that sleep with 100 guys. These were my own girlfriends. And it was just so much easier to open a computer. Bust a nut there. But I'll tell you, the biggest danger about this, boys, the worst part about it being easier, that you can open your computer and bust a nut in 2 minutes, instead of having to take a girl on a date and show her that you love her and take her into bed and put on the moves and fucking spend, like 15, 30 minutes, like getting all sweaty and shit, is that on one hand, yes, it is easier and it's less work. But the other option builds more attraction. It builds more connection. It's how you bond with somebody. It's how you connect with somebody on a deeper than just like a physical level. Because like sex and intimacy is exactly what we're put on this earth for, the highest level of the highest dopamine driver. And if we can't even fucking get ourselves to go work for that, then we're never gonna get to that like fulfilling relationship that we want with like a future wife. And the third and the worst thing that porn does to your sex life is, as men, it ruins our self-image. I remember when I was younger, me and my friends would always talk about dick size. Like, oh my god, like we'd always make jokes about how the big black dudes in porn got like a horse cock, and we'd always make fun of whoever has the smallest dick. And if I never watched porn and I was getting made fun of for having a tiny dick, I mean, I probably wouldn't care. Because I'd be like, oh, like, I see the locker room, like, your guys' dicks aren't even that much bigger. But the fact that I trained myself since the age of 8 that the standard was like these 9, 10, 11-inch cocks. Even though I knew consciously that that wasn't the average and I would read online, I remember searching up what the average dick size is. Like, let me search it up right now. I can't have my girl look at my fucking search history now. We actually have to go incognito. Like it says here, the average dick size is 5.1 to 5.5 inches. I remember searching that up the first time. I didn't believe it. I genuinely thought this was bullshit to try to make me feel better. I had to do more research to see if it came from a credible source. Because in my head, I was like, there's no way. Every dick that I've seen is fucking huge. Where is this going? Not only would I think that, but I think like girls, because I'd be watching it in porn, like it's acting, it's them like screaming and shit, they're putting on a show. I think that girls only like these big dicks. They only like it when it's fucking 12 inches. And this, coupled with a lack of drive to even get the sex, it just built up more and more and more in my mind that not only can I not get girls, but even if I did get the girl, they're not gonna enjoy it. If you have these thoughts, maybe you're a virgin watching this video, let me tell you, boys, you can 1000% pleasure a girl, possibly way more than any other guy in her life, with a small dick. I am walking 5'7" evidence for you. Yeah, I just admitted that shit on the internet. But it's more than just the physical. It's more than just the big dicks, the big fake boobs. Watching porn led me to believe that sex and loud moaning and screaming was the only thing that intimacy and that women had to offer. It made me believe that there was no point to go out and attract a woman. There was no wifey out there, because I would see these girls on the internet that looked like normal, happy, healthy women sleeping with hundreds of men. And even though I knew it wasn't true, like logically, I figured it wasn't true. I built up in my mind the fact that I've seen hundreds, if not thousands of women online, all getting fucking railed by 100 guys, that this is what all women are like. I'm gonna be the one here to tell you that it's not. That you've been conditioned to believe this. You've been conditioned to believe that there are no more good women, that they're all like this. And it's not just the women's fault, boys. It's our fault. It's our fault that we keep watching this shit, because this goes so much deeper than just the surface. Like, think about that future wife, the one that you picture, like the nurturing, loving, protective wife, the one that will become the fucking Giga Stacy version to your Giga Chad, the one who isn't gonna leave in hard times, the one who is mentally strong, the one who's on her own version of self-improvement, who works mentally tough every single day and isn't just gonna leave you when things get tough, the one that you fantasize about. Does she want you to keep watching porn? Does she want you to keep doing the thing that ruins future marriages? It turns us into weak men that lose our desires and drive in life. who get complacent, who don't keep re-attracting their wives, who don't give their wives any reason to keep being the sexy women that they are, who make us men insecure about things that we cannot change, instead of improving on the things that we can, that keep us from being the self-disciplined, Giga Chad, best version of ourselves. She doesn't want that for you, as you wouldn't want that for her. She wants you to become the Giga Chad. Become the version of yourself that you are the most proud of. So go become it. And if you want to see more videos of how to quit porn, I got like a whole fucking playlist for more videos here. I'm just saying this because I want you to keep watching my channel, because I'm doing a dirty little marketing tactic. Okay, if you're not going to do this for yourself, do this for the future wife. I love you, boys. Stop busting nuts to shit.